You're watching 4 rare Scottish origin horse breeds you don't know about, where long-forgotten ancient breeds finally get their moment to shine. One breed has fewer than 300 left on Earth. One pulled heavy carts through snow-covered battlefields. And one you've probably seen on TV your whole life without ever knowing where it came from. From remote islands, icy winds, and misty highlands, Scotland's last living legends are waiting to be discovered. Number 4. Shetland Pony. Don't let the cute face fool you. The Shetland Pony is the smallest horse breed in Europe, but also one of the toughest and strongest among all mini horses. Standing just 28 to 42 inches tall and weighing around 400 to 450 pounds, this little powerhouse once hauled coal carts through British mines, loads more than twice its body weight, tirelessly, for decades. Born on the remote Shetland Islands, where icy winds scream year-round, and the land is rocky and unforgiving, the Shetland Pony developed a double-layered coat and a stubborn, independent spirit just to survive. These ponies have been around for over 2,000 years, helping islanders carry wood, haul supplies, provide warmth, and even play a role in traditional rituals. Despite its size, this pony lives a long life, usually 25 to 30 years, and is famous for being both smart and occasionally very stubborn. Today, Shetlands are raised all over the world, especially in the US and Europe, mostly as show ponies or adorable family pets. But the true native-bred Shetland ponies, those directly descended from the original island stock, are in decline due to heavy crossbreeding for commercial purposes. That's what still earns them a place among rare and culturally precious breeds. So why is it ranked number 4? While it holds deep cultural weight and ancient genetics, Shetland ponies are still relatively common, and nowhere near as endangered as some of the breeds higher on the list. This miniature warhorse has become so well known and overbred that its rarity has faded with its fame. But when you compare it to other rare ponies around the world, Shetland still stands out. In the US, the Chincoteague pony from Virginia is also rare and island-born, but it's more frequently crossbred and less durable than the Shetland. Over in Portugal, the Guarano pony, a mountain breed with ancient roots, may be wild and rare, but it's far less people-friendly and much harder to train than the Shetland, which bonds naturally with humans. And if you think this little tank on hooves is the most impressive, just wait. We're about to head into the Highlands, through the cold mountain winds, where a larger, stronger, and deeply spiritual breed is waiting for you. Next in line. Number 3. Highland Pony. It doesn't have a flashy frame or a fancy trot, but the Highland Pony has quietly carried the weight of Scottish history on its back for centuries. Standing about 52 to 58 inches tall, roughly 4.3 to 4.8 feet, and weighing up to 1,300 pounds, it's not a warhorse, and it's not a show pony. It's a symbol of hard work, endurance, and loyalty, a silent partner to generations of Highland people. Born in a land of brutal winters, bone-chilling winds, and snow-covered hills, the Highland Pony was built to survive. Its thick coat and heavy mane act like a natural winter jacket, allowing it to thrive even when temperatures drop below 0 degrees Celsius. Since the 8th century, this pony has hauled timber through deep forests, carried supplies over mountains, and even transported ammunition during wartime. Some believe its ancestors once served with the Roman legions. Today, a handful of noble Scottish farms still preserve the breed, a living piece of the country's soul. Older American audiences love the Highland Pony not just for its ancient lineage, but for its calm nature, easy temperament, and quiet strength. It has appeared in royal weddings, traditional festivals, and even folklore, always cast as the dependable, unshakable friend. So why does it rank number 3? While it's undeniably rare and historically important, the Highland Pony is still relatively stable in numbers and not critically endangered. Plus, it lacks international visibility. You won't see it in movies, ads, or global branding campaigns, which means its symbolic value hasn't traveled as far as some of the breeds above it. Compared to the Icelandic horse or Norway's fjord horse, Highland ponies don't have fancy gaits or eye-catching manes. But when it comes to strength, cold resistance, and load-pulling reliability, the Highland wins, hands down. It wasn't bred to impress, it was bred to endure, and that's exactly what makes it so damn admirable. But now, after honoring the quiet strength of the Highlands, we move toward a breed chosen to represent an entire empire, one whose every step has turned heads across the United States. Number 2, Clydesdale. They call it the gentle giant, not just because it stands over 6 feet tall and weighs up to 2,200 pounds, but because every step the Clydesdale takes feels deliberate, powerful, like a well-dressed gentleman walking through a royal parade. Originally bred in 18th century Lanarkshire, Scotland, this heavy draft horse went on to become one of the most iconic symbols of American culture, thanks to its starring role in the legendary Budweiser wagons seen in national parades and Super Bowl commercials. Clydesdales were designed for hard labor, pulling massive loads of beer barrels, farm goods, and coal carts. But don't let the bulk fool you. These horses are known for their gentle nature, steady gait, and trainable personality, which made them perfect for public events, ceremonies, and even high-profile funerals. And with their feathered white legs, like wearing high-end fur boots, they stand out in any crowd. What many people don't know is that the Clydesdale is now listed as at risk in the UK, with fewer than 5,000 purebreds remaining. Still, in the US, they're relatively well maintained, which is exactly why it ranks number 2. Yes, it's beautiful and beloved, but not quite rare enough to take the top spot. Compared to England's Shire horse, the Clydesdale is more refined, more graceful. Compared to the Percheron from France or the Belgian Draft, it carries more cultural weight. Not just a working horse, but a walking emblem of heritage. So if the Clydesdale is the sound of hooves echoing through a grand celebration, then number 1 is something else entirely. The final breath of an isolated land, where every step left in the sand is a quiet cry from a vanishing legacy in the cold, salty wind. Number 1, Ariscape Pony. They call it the islander's last horse, and for good reason. The Ariscape Pony is the oldest surviving native horse breed in Scotland. Small, quiet, and on the edge of extinction, the Ariscape isn't famous for its strength or showmanship. Its value lies in something rarer, its vulnerability, its purity. A living Celtic relic with fewer than 300 purebred individuals left in the entire world. What makes the Ariscape Pony number 1 on this list isn't power, it's symbolism. It's the last native Scottish breed that hasn't been crossbred, still holding on to its pure Celtic DNA. It represents endurance, humility, and the deep, almost sacred connection between people, animals, and the land, something older viewers especially appreciate. Truth, legacy, and emotional depth. Compared to the Yakutian horse of Siberia, the Ariscape is smaller, but just as cold-resistant. Against the Caspian horse of Iran, it's far less famous, but far rarer. And unlike ceremonial breeds like the majestic Frisian, the Ariscape isn't here to show off. It's here to survive. Quietly, humbly, and against the odds. And that's why it sits at the very top. Because when the last of these ponies disappears, so does the story of an island, its people, and a piece of cultural memory no one else can tell again. You've just met 4 of the rarest horse breeds ever to come out of Scotland's rich and rugged past. They're not all flashy, they're not all grand, but each one carries a chapter of history, waiting to be preserved or lost forever.